Happy Sunday, guys. What is good? Happy Sunday to all you guys. I hope everyone had a great weekend. My Lord. Discord group. I'm telling you guys, it's not going to be open for long for everybody. You still got to go through a couple little hoops through our application process to join now. The Ticket Talk Discord group. Awesome, like-minded individuals in it. Chat is going 24/7. Ticketing, so forth. One member told me today, or asked me today, he's like, why don't we have a separate channel to discuss crypto, stocks, miscellaneous? And I'm like, sure. There's a separate channel for that. So it's a great networking opportunity, too, for you guys to chat with others. Obviously, the main thing, ticketing. Obviously, the main thing to help each other out, to get a grasp, to learn different aspects of the industry, and to help scale your business is what Ticket Talk Discord is all about, led by yours truly, producer MCF. And we have a great group of people. I love the group of people we have in it. So link is in my bio on X. If you have questions, DM me. I'm happy to ask any of them. Let's recap UFC real quick. Market Wizards, thanks for the hello. I saw that you did. We're going to take questions too tonight. Just want to recap we did this morning, but just in case you missed this morning's episode, it was a crazy every hour on the hour track with UFC 319 in Chicago. Just look at that price disparity around 3 p.m. Eastern. UFC dropped about 1,100 seats, decaying the market all the way down to 288 at 10 p.m. right before the main event. Distribution with UFC. Pays to wait. Watch my episode from this morning for a full recap on UFC 319. And we talk about it, guys. Pays to wait. They ran such a clinic, great distribution. Then they just dropped a bunch of inventory and just did the Jonathan Marks playbook. Race to the bottom effect for UFC, as I call it. So, man, college football is coming up week 0. Man, we're going to be talking about that this week. But let's go to our main topic of discussion. The state of ticketing as we know it. And what a wild 2025 it's been with legislation. And it's some turbulent times for sure with legislation, specifically with Ticketmaster. So I already got some questions in advance for tonight's show, but if you have any questions, spit them out on social. We are all live on X, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So if you have any questions, spit them out. Producer Mike will get them to me. The first question came, when will TM verification ID take effect? So essentially what's happening, guys, is TM's put out some emails to numerous resellers about accounts being restricted and accounts having to have a verified ID to utilize that account. And those emails were sent out the last week or so, and they said about 30 days from that. So I would say we're about 3 weeks away approximately. Could be 3 weeks, could be less, where Ticketmaster literally requires you to verify your identification to utilize your TM accounts. This makes it a huge issue for obviously numerous resellers across the globe that have obviously numerous alias Ticketmaster accounts that don't have identifications necessarily attached to them. And producer MCF is really doing a great job of putting through the screens of what's happening with TM. But this is definitely a major transition. If this does occur, and supposedly it is going to happen within the next 3 weeks or so, where you will have to have an ID to verify your account to use it. Let's go to the second question. which is pretty much a follow-up to this one. Will all tickets be sent to will call with unclaimed accounts? So that's the biggest rumor going around this weekend, is that somebody got a source, allegedly a source from TM told somebody that all tickets will be sent to will call for unclaimed accounts. So hypothetically, if this happens, if this is true, and I have no idea if it's true or not, this is just a rumor. None of my sources have confirmed this. If this is true, this will be the biggest clusterfuck in the history of ticketing. So essentially, you're going to have hundreds of thousands of Ticketmaster accounts with tickets in them not claimed, all sent to venue will calls. And I can tell you right now, it will be the biggest cluster, you know what, in the history of ticketing. So I would be shocked. I would be absolute shocked if TM did something like that. I mean, they could set an example. They can go full nuclear and say, sayonara, if you don't claim these accounts, the tickets are in will call. Good luck getting them under those names in those particular venues across the globe or across the U.S., whatever. But it would be the biggest cluster in ticket operations history if TM implemented such a thing. What I think they will do is allow the holders to transfer the tickets out of those alias accounts into potentially their main accounts, etc. I really do not think that they're going to be like, you know what, if you don't claim these accounts, they're going to the venue will call. Good luck getting those from the venues all over the country and the globe. It would be the biggest clusterfuck. TM customer service would be blowing up like you've never seen before, and it would be DEFCON 1 for obviously resellers, for obviously Ticketmaster HQ, and I really doubt that TM would do something like that. Now, anything surprises me nowadays, and if they did go nuclear and did that, I mean, all power to them to deal with it. But it would literally be, it would be like COVID-19 shutting down in live events with all the refunds, all the fiascos. But it would be like that times 100, because you're literally taking resellers' tickets, and it just would not be the right thing to do, in my opinion. If TM said, if you don't claim these accounts, they're going to the venues will call, and the venues will call would go absolutely berserk. TM customer service would go absolutely berserk, and the resellers would go absolutely berserk. It would be DEFCON 1. It would be like a nuclear war in ticketing if that happened. So I am confident that that scenario will not happen, but anything's possible. I mean, if TM just wants to lay the hammer to brokers, I mean, all power to him, but I'd be shocked if that scenario did happen. What other questions do we have? Do we have any live questions in the tweet? But I mean, just in general, it really is a scary time in legislation and ticketing. And you guys know me for a fact. I talk about a lot about bad actors in ticketing. We've covered numerous bad actors over the course of time here with Ticket Talk, with Scott's Takes. You know who they are and so forth. You know who we covered big time this spring. The elephant in the room, who I really don't want to get into tonight here on the state of ticketing, because he doesn't deserve the attention, and his company does not deserve the attention that they need. But in my theory, guys, there's just so much opportunity in ticketing for everybody to do extremely well, for everybody to succeed being a good actor in this business. And I'm 100% for flipping tickets. I'm 100% for resale. The price is the price. Demands, economics 101 will determine if there's supply and demand for XYZ event. I'm not really worried about the prices. That determines by the fans itself, or by good, savvy ticket distribution, which we talked about yesterday with UFC. There's so much opportunity for so many good actors to succeed in ticketing in just so many different ways. And that's why we created the Discord group with good people, good actors. Anyone that's a bad actor is thrown out. I've thrown out probably half a dozen people in the 2 weeks we've been in existence. And I just see with thousands of events going on a daily basis, and it's impossible for me to track them all. But I just see the opportunity for legitimate flipping across thousands of events, day by day, week by week, month by month, quarter by quarter, year by year. And I know so many people that make such a great living flipping tickets, rights holders with venues, B2B, you name it. There's just so many avenues to be successful and to be a good actor in ticketing, with rights holders, with ticketing within resale, obviously operations and so forth. But this industry, like, we just make things way too complex. And it doesn't need to be complex. I talked to Jason Berger from the Coalition about this a few times. I'm like, all we're doing at the end of the day is buying a ticket and delivering it. We don't have to make it so complex. We don't have to have delivery delays. We don't have to have speculative ticketing necessarily. We don't have to have a marketplace like Vivid, StubHub, or TickPick allow the brokers to transfer the tickets until 24 hours before the show if TM already allowed that. So what I'm saying, that there isn't, and I had a conversation with somebody about this today, is like, we need to make the experience good for fans. Like, there's so many fans that like buy on StubHub, buy on Vivid, buy on TickPick, buy on SeatGeek. And why should they sweat it out and wait until like 24 to 48 hours before the show? If there isn't a TM delivery delay, why can't the seller just transfer the tickets right away? Why should they sweat it out going to an Oasis concert in Toronto? Like, literally, guys, like, I'm worried myself of buying a secondary ticket for Oasis in Toronto because I'm worried that I'm going to drive 5 hours. I have to go through immigration. I have to go through the hoops. I want to see Oasis, but I'm worried. My worst nightmare is that that ticket will not be filled because of a bad actor, because of a delivery delay from TM, etc. So, like, we shouldn't be in a state of ticketing where we have to be fearful of going to a live event, buying on the secondary market. So I just think that it is the primary's fault too. It is Ticketmaster's fault by allowing delivery delays. The ticket should be transferred to the fan right away. It should be an open market. There shouldn't be restrictions. They should worry about taking the bots away, the bad actors, and let the good people in reselling make a living flipping tickets for a living. But there's no need to put restrictions, these locks, etc. All TM needs to do, and all the FTC, the DOJ is, and it's obviously easier said than done, is start trying to get rid of these bots. There's really like very few. I mean, obviously people bot all over the world, but there's like obviously just like probably a dozen main accounts that get the majority of these Taylor Swift drops, get the majority of the white label events each and every time. And you can say that, and I think it came up yesterday, is that bots sometimes lose, like on UFC 319 yesterday. Yeah, absolutely. They do lose and they do bring the market down, but I just think it needs to be a fair game for everybody. And if artists and so forth want to do drops day of, like, I'd rather have, so say if they did 1,100 drops, right, for Taylor Swift, I'd rather have like 500 brokers get 2 tickets each, then one broker get all 1,100. I'm all for equal playing space, fair game. Let everybody eat. Let everybody have a piece of the pie. Not one person botting up the entire industry and just collecting millions and so forth. I'd rather be a fair playing field because I know that there's so much money. There's so much opportunity for everyone to succeed across all sectors of ticketing. And that's consolidators with rights holders. That's regular resellers. That's B2B resellers, which is a main focus of our Discord group, because I really see B2B the future of ticket flipping. And obviously so many people are doing it right now, but I think that B2B is going to really be the main future to make a good living flipping tickets with all the potential restrictions from TM, the primaries, bots, etc. It's not going to just be about hanging on an on sale, going through a browser, going through bots, crossing your fingers if you're doing it honestly to get tickets for and on sale. It's not about having human pullers across overseas. Like, I really think that B2B, and that's what we cover most in my Discord, is the future of ticket flipping. And you heard it from me there. Do we have any questions? Like, there's obviously, we can just talk about this legislation and so forth all night long. I can literally have a lecture and continue to go through so many different scenarios and so forth. But I really put the pressure on Ticketmaster to figure this out. They're obviously the leaders in the space. And I really think that it's up to them to make it happen and so forth. So, but that will call scenario, I'd be shocked. But nothing surprises me anymore. Ever since COVID happened, this world's got weird, and things that happen that are weird as hell, and nothing surprises me. So if TM decides to say, you know what, if you don't have an ID, don't claim the accounts, let's put them a will call. And obviously, I talked about this scenario over the weekend, and I'm sure bad actors, not to give bad actors any ideas, but they figured it out. They're going to try to create fake IDs to go through the verification process. That's a no doubt. They're always one step ahead of Ticketmaster. So obviously, there'll be bad actors creating fake IDs to try to get their accounts verified. In my opinion, that's not a fact. That's obviously an alleged fact, but they're always one step ahead of the game in these types of scenarios. So, like, that's why we really need to fight, and we really need to stand up and continuing to fight the good fight, because I just know there's so much opportunity and there's so many great people in this industry. And you know, I've made lifelong friends with you guys. I'm making new friends every single day. I love hearing from you from X. I obviously have my enemies in the business. You guys know I'm harsh on some people that take a stance that I don't agree with. And that's how I'll go after it. And I will definitely go after people I do not agree with on a business sense, not personally. But I really think that there's the good people outweigh the bad in ticketing. And I'm really appreciative to getting to know all you guys and seeing your DMs and talking to you on the Discord. I absolutely love the Discord. It's like a part of my routine now to like just be fixated with my phone and just go to Discord to see what's happening in the chat, and obviously to put out my intel, learn from my members, and just make everybody better. So I really love doing that. I love being on X. I love talking to my numerous contacts 7 days a week, 365. I just live, breathe, eat, and sleep ticketing. It's my passion, and I'll be doing it. And we'll scale Ticket Talk. We'll have guests and do everything we can. So that's really kind of like what I wanted to discuss tonight, as we're coming up on the 20-minute mark of the show. And if we don't have any questions, we'll wrap it up. We obviously have a busy week ahead with college football week 0. We're going to have a special buy now, pays to wait probably on Tuesday. We are working on getting an awesome guest on Ticket Talk, Doug Dawson, VP of the Dallas Cowboys, and really going to have an awesome conversation, obviously learning about him, his career, the state of Dallas Cowboys ticketing, NFL ticket sales. Really stoked to have Doug on. Hopefully we'll have him on later this week or into next week as we work out his schedules and our production schedule. As producer Mike's going to be on the road later this week a little bit. So delighted to have Doug on, delighted to talk about college football, NFL. Oasis is in Toronto next weekend. I'm going to really try to go Sunday or Monday. And we'll continue to talk and fight the good fight. So let's keep the DMs open. Let's have a good rest of your Sunday evening and get ready to start an awesome week tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow morning on Ticket Talk. Stay lean and clean.